Mark Bosnich had the sort of game he had in the first leg. Well, joining me in the studio tonight to enjoy the action, Charlie Nicholas, former Celtic in Scotland. How are you doing, Charlie? And Andy Townsend, former Villa favourite, now with Middlesbrough. Now, Charlie, I presume that it's the away goal, no away goal for Villa, that's going to shape this evening, isn't it?
Well, it's a slight problem. You like to have it, and I think if Villa did have it, they would be in a very strong position. But 1-0 is not a real problem for them. They know they've really got to get the first goal. So they've got to be a little bit cautious and get big performances from Dwight York in particular tonight, and someone from midfield maybe making the runs like Taylor or someone like that. So it's within their grasp, and I think if they score first, Steve, I think they will go through.
Yeah, Andy, John Gregory was hinting to me yesterday that it was going to be a very attacking from the word go.
Yeah, I mean, he will be keen for him to be positive and take the game to Madrid early on, no doubt about that. They have to score, of course they do, but he would also, I'm sure he'll be reiterating that now, you know, they have to be cautious defensively. They don't want to give anything else away, otherwise they're going to have a mountain to climb, you know, so they've got to box a bit clever, but I agree with Charlie, I think they'll win here tonight.
Good. I remember watching the second leg against Stoy Bucharest here with you, and they played it perfectly that night, didn't they? Patience and then hit at the right time.
Tactically, they got it spot on that night, and they kind of educated the crowd here as well this season in European football to be a bit patient with them early on, and then when they need to get going, you know, lift the roof off the place.
And Charlie, we hear tonight that no Stan Collymore, not in the starting lineup at least.
Yeah, a little surprised, but I think he said he had 4 to choose from. He's decided to leave Stan on the bench for later on. As Andy touched on, you know, it could be the last 25, 30 minutes that could win this match. Patience, but a little bit of common sense, and Stan could be the match winner tonight.
And also Christian Vieri is a man that they must look out for. What we dread, of course, is the counter-attack and going a goal down. Yeah, and he's a great player.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's you know, he's got bags of experience of playing in Italy, where you know, 1 or 2 chances is all you get. But he's the sort of guy that will take one if he's given too many opportunities. So, you know, the boys at the back must be very, very switched on. Mark Bosnich as well has got to be alert to everything. And as I say, you know, a bit of luck, I still think they'll get through.
And Charlie, do you think Taylor and coming through midfield will be a key player for Villa?
I think that could be a key. I mean, like somebody like Andy Style, Taylor's got that you've got to have good movement up front against these foreigners and move them about into places they don't want to go, and that's when you get midfield benefiting with these forward and positive runs. Taylor could be a big player tonight for them.
Okay, gents, thanks very much indeed. More from you later. So it's Aston Villa against Atlético Madrid coming up right after this short break. John Gregory's Aston Villa aiming to become the first English club to reach the semi-finals of the UEFA Cup since 1984, when both Tottenham and Nottingham Forest were in the last 4. They have to overcome Atlético Madrid and a 1-goal deficit to make it. It promises to be another pulsating night of European football at Villa Park. And now it's time to hand over to our match commentators tonight, Nigel Spackman, and first, Jonathan Pearce.
Good evening from a roaring Villa Park on a mild, dry night where John Gregory aims to go one step further as a manager in Europe than he did as a player. The Villa boss was in the side here which went out to Barcelona in the UEFA Cup quarter-finals in 1978. Tonight, in only his 5th game in charge, he can reach the semi-finals. It's a tough schedule for Villa these days. This is their 4th match in 10 days. They haven't kept a clean sheet in 7 matches, and they desperately need to do so tonight. An away goal for Atlético Madrid would mean that Aston Villa have to score 3. Away from home, Madrid haven't won in 12 matches since November. They do concede goals, but they do score freely with the likes of Christian Vieri up front, very much the danger man. The referee Mario van der Ende from Holland, with his Dutch officials Gerhard Hubers and Hans Vermaan, very tough, as England have found out only very, very recently when he controlled their World Cup qualifier superbly. The Aston Villa faithful have been queuing here for the last hour and a half to get in. It's a fine atmosphere. The average crowd in this ground this season is 36,000, and they are highly hopeful that Aston Villa will do well at home in Europe yet again. At home here, they have played 24 European ties, have won 17 of them, and have lost just 5. They're still waiting in the tunnel to come out. You can see Gareth Southgate in there, just to the left of your picture, for Aston Villa. And Mark Bosnich, hero of the first leg, when he was so cruelly beaten by that penalty. Mark Bosnich and Gareth Southgate come out onto the field then for Aston Villa. Gareth Southgate, the captain of the side, Ian Taylor and Hugo Ekiog, Alan Wright, who's had a brilliant season, and Mark Draper, who only recently had injury problems. Lee Hendry there too with him. and then Savo Milosevic, who has received such controversial notices this season, but came bouncing back to form at the weekend with 2 goals against Crystal Palace. Steve Staunton at the back, a big day for him. It of course is St Patrick's Day. The team that John Gregory picks to overturn this 1-goal deficit shows 3 changes from the first leg. Staunton starts, having come on in Madrid for Ricardo Shimeka, who's injured. Milosevic replaces Stan Collymore, who's not fully fit after ankle and groin strains, and Julian Jurchim is in for Simon Grayson, even though he may play with a bandage on his left knee because of a training injury. 10 of those players are on 1 yellow card. How do you think they'll line up, Nigel?
I think Villa line up in a 3-4-3 formation. I think Jurchim will push up front as much as he can, and I think it'll cause Atletico a few problems with the way they play tonight. But it's a big occasion, a great atmosphere, and I think Villa can do it tonight with the crowd behind them.
Atletico have drawn at home to Betis and have been beaten at Compostela since the first leg. They're now 6th out of the title race, and controversial President Jesus Gil has blasted their work rate in the build-up to this. The side that Radi Antic picks has 2 changes from the first leg. Spanish international Heli replaces Tony at left back, and Czech international Radek Babel comes in for youngster Jose Mari. Again, Nigel, the danger man, very much Vieri. 8 goals in his last 8 games, 22 this season from 23 matches.
Yes, and got the penalty obviously in the first leg. They have to watch him very closely tonight, and Kiko up front. But I think they've got to be careful with the running from midfield. Caminero, he likes to run around, get involved in the game. Wherever he picks the ball up, he's a danger and he can pick people out. But Vieri obviously is their main man.
We're a little bit surprised that they haven't recalled Jordi Ladin on the left-hand side. He is available, having missed the first game, suspended. That tough referee, a no-nonsense referee, Mario van der Ende from Holland, is widely tipped to go all the way in the World Cup finals this summer in France. He could very well be given the World Cup final itself. It'll be Atletico Madrid to get us off and underway in this first half then, kicking away to the left-hand side. John Gregory and his new assistant Steve Harrison, a bubbly character, full of fun. He lifts the players, know that the side has to make sure it does not concede a goal while remaining patient to break down this 1-0 deficit. So kicking then towards the old Holt end, now the Holt stand, Atletico Madrid with this 1-0 lead from the first leg. Get us off and underway. Immediately it's pumped long, Kiko and Vieri up front. Radek Babel is the blonde-haired man at the top of your picture. Ooh, and it's taken away from Mar Bosnich. Maybe a little bit of misunderstanding back there. You got Echiog, it was, who headed it away. And that's signs of early nerves.
That's just what Villa didn't need there actually, but with a big crowd here, Bosnich, he needs to shout louder than that, because he could have just taken that easily in the middle of his chest, but he puts his side under pressure by not gathering that, and Echiog came around and headed out for the corner.
Minko Pantic will take the corner kick. He started all 7 games since Juninho was injured. Vieri, the danger man, in the middle. What a magnificent spell he's had since joining the club. Flicked on, looking for Babel, came off Babel. Aston Villa can breathe easy.
Yes, Jonathan, I think the players have got to be patient tonight, but the crowd have got to be patient as well. They've got to keep the ball as much as possible. It's a nice zippy pitch. They were watering the pitch before the start, so let's hope that Villa can put it down on the ground and knock it around when they can.
Ball in control by Aguilera. Santi at the back, capped once against the Faroe Islands. Well, they've come to attack, haven't they? And they look dangerous, and again through! And it was Julian Jurchim who got back in this new position for him. Whitish on the right-hand side in midfield to support the front two. And this is a good start by Atletico Madrid.
Yes, Jurchim nearly got caught out there. He's a forward player and he was ball watching. And he got back well actually to make the saving tackle.
Again Pantic with the corner, again Vieri the target. And it will depend on the height of Echiog and Taylor back in there. Bosnich didn't come, and that was flicked wide by Mark Draper. Beyond his own goalkeeper, Mark Draper. Well, he hasn't scored for a long time at the right end since the 13th of September.
Yes, the movement in the box from Atletico is very good. They're pulling Villa around. They've got to be careful. They've got to get tight with their men.
Listen to the atmosphere. Gregory says he wants the supporters here to be a 12th player out on the field virtually. Babel in the middle, and Vieri, and Kiko. Again the little flick at the near post. Well, the referee's given a push for the foul on Steve Staunton, but don't they look dangerous with these corner kick routines. Steve Staunton was pushed at the far post.
Yes, Staunton did well there actually, strong at the back post, but Villa need to just get it and keep it for a little bit and get a bit of confidence on the ball.
Here's again Steve Staunton, young Lee Hendry. So wanted to come out of the dressing room in the away leg, having been told he was going to play, to phone home and let everyone know. Alan Wright has had a good season. Little Alan Wright, not much of him. In height, only 5'4", bags of heart. 41 games for Aston Villa this season, no one has played more. Not a lot of movement here for him. Hendry is there to the right of your picture, Taylor making the forward run, and gets it. Draper. Abel left it in that midfield.
They've started very well, Atletico, haven't they? They're closing Villa down very quickly, moving the ball quickly themselves as well.
Caminero, big strong man on the right hand side of midfield for Atlético Madrid. There's Julian Jarchin with that knee bandage, good run by him. And the free kick given. That was a brave run by Julian Jarchin, made his European debut away from home in the first leg, missed that chance. Tag, the defender just raked up on his shins. Here's Staunton. Too far for Taylor.
I think Villa tonight, with free kicks like that, they've got to put it right in the box and put Atletico under pressure, hit Milosevic and try and feed off the knockdowns, because they don't like heading it the foreign sides.
Molina earned 1 cap for Spain against Norway as a striker. He came on as a substitute striker, the goalkeeper.
So against Norway, wasn't it, Jonathan?
Kiko. Vieri. Caminero behind him. Started on the left, Caminero. I thought he might start on the right. Jarchin's block challenge. Few Villa players in this squad tonight not on 1 yellow card. Kelly will take the throw in. The 28-year-old, Spanish international, just been given a new contract. Babel. Czech international. Deep crossed. Vieri. Away by Staunton. What a season he's having, Christian Vieri. Earns £800,000 a year, they say. Got a buyout clause in his contract worth £33 million.
That's cheap, Jonathan, isn't it?
Staunton should get that away. That's good work. And Bosnich comes and claims. A good first half, Mark Bosnich. Intended back, dangerously so by Vizcaíno, who will hold the midfield. And judge him. Draper. Ian Taylor had a good, strong UEFA Cup campaign. Right. Kiko misses the cutout. Still Alan Wright. They're waiting for him in the middle. This time Kiko blocks. Draper. Pantic is there with him.
Had 2 good chances to put an early ball in there, right, but came back on his right foot and wasted the opportunity. They're queuing up in the middle.
Santi will let that run, I think, because Lee Hendry couldn't get to it, but it's a throw into Aston Villa, though the assistant referee signalled the other way, Gerhard Hubers. I think Villa and the Atlético Madrid players somewhat bemused.
So are we.
Right. Savo. Here's Kiko. Strong front runner. Caminero. Aguilera, pretty consistent on the right side of the defence. You see who got forward moments ago for that cross. And Kiko covering a lot of ground early on.
Villa need Milosevic to get hold of those in that situation and give the team a bit of a rest so they can make runs off him. If he gives it away like that, they hit him on the break. It's very dangerous.
Milosevic does well to hold it up. You had to play the crossfield because York had straight offside. Now here's danger. Helli, Caminero. Helli again getting into the box. Well, he got forward from fullback. He's got 1 goal this season. Helli, this is 4th UEFA Cup tie. I think Vieri really wanted it played into him.
That's the thing in European football, Jonathan, is you must keep the ball, not give it away cheaply, because teams will punish you. Villa were lucky not to get punished there.
0-0 on the night, 1-0 Atletico Madrid lead on aggregate. The only scoreline that will take us to extra time, 1-0 to Aston Villa. No away goals involved then. All given away by Ejiol. Iscaino to Pantic. Iscaino will play just behind Pantic throughout the game. That's Staunton looking for Milosevic.
Villa have started with not the confidence you would expect them to have, really. I mean, they are a good side, they can pass it well, they've just got to get it down and start passing it and not get frustrated like Draper did there.
This is Kiko looking for Caminero. Could have switched to the right if Lardin had come into the side. Now Kiko finds Iscaino and Pantic. Aguilera. Recently lost his place in the Spanish national side to Albert Ferrer again. And that's probably why. Milosevic again showing welcome hunger. Savo Milosevic holding the ball up, winning the free kick.
This is when Villa want to get people in the box, on the edge of the box. Staunton to hit Milosevic, the movement from Dwight York.
They look for York now. Andre away. Caminero is slightly sluggish. Caminero again. And Aguilera, fine ball by the 30-year-old Caminero. Aguilera. And Andre, Brazilian, began with Flamengo, Brazilian Youth International, into the 1991 World Championships with them. Iscaino. Interesting that Kiko is dropping so deep to find and use the ball. Here's Pantic. Well, it may have been a foul by Steve Staunton. How late did he go down, by the way?
Went down in instalments, Jonathan, I think. But I think Atletico look comfortable with the system that Villa are playing, with the 3 at the back, the 4 across the middle, and Jocin dropping in on the right-hand side. It does give the fullbacks plenty of time on the ball with the 4-4-2 formation that Atletico are playing.
Pantic into Kiko. Good turn. For the drive that could have taken a deflection anywhere. And luckily for Villa, it didn't. Kiko showing up well early on, the 25-year-old. Spanish international, some 19 caps. Driven wide though through the penalty area. He communicates with Vieri up front via a system of whistles.
What happens when the referee blows his whistle then? Does that confuse them?
Caminero. Away by Hugo Ejiol. In the first half in the Calderon Stadium, Vieri was making those sort of runs so dangerously into the inside forward channels. And that goal disallowed for punching, a couple of penalty appeals turned down. Iscaino's shots. a Spanish international. Once had his career threatened with a heart problem. A little bit like Asa Hartford. Older viewers will probably remember Asa when he was playing with West Ham of Manchester City in Scotland. Then he moved to Leeds United, and that move was scuppered because of alleged problems in that area, and went on to play many times.
Many times for Scotland, Man City. Very good player, Asa.
Brilliant player.
And still at Main Road now.
Draper. Vizcaíno gave away the free kick. Now, what can Villa do here? Staunton looks for young Lee Hendrick. Comes from that footballing family. Has a chance, that's a mistake! Babel couldn't get it away either. But Pantic, covering hard, wins the throw in. Half a chance.
I think there was a great block from Santi there, I think it was. Otherwise that could have been 1-0 to Villa.
As Lee Hendry fires it in, Santi blocks it. It's his 24th game for the club, Lee Hendry. One of the 10 players on a yellow card. This is more like it, Aston Villa. Dwight York, play on, was fouled. Mark Draper can shoot, does shoot. Andre away. Caminero. Kelly. Well, Caminero waited for it to come onto his boot, and he was too tight to the touchline.
They are pushing people forward very well, Atlético. When they break, they're very quick and putting Villa under a lot of pressure.
Hendry. Wright and Staunton out there. And Wright. And Molina will gather. Won the very prestigious Zamora Award, the best goalkeeper in the league a couple of years ago when they won the double. In danger, but Gareth Southgate gets away.
Recovered well there, Southgate, after missing the first header. Got back well. Sorry, Jonathan.
Staunton was fouled. Southgate looks for York. Andre comes across. And Kelly.
They're squeezing the ball very quickly and not giving Villa time on the ball, and it's making them make mistakes.
And Staunton, Draper got back well, and Wright. Milosevic has again been used to hold it up. Draper to Taylor. This time Milosevic didn't hold it up, they looked for Vieri. And Bosnich, they're still waiting for the appeal on Mark Bosnich's first leg caution for alleged time wasting. Good header by Milosevic. And again,
good defending.
Santi is not missing anything back there. The captain of Atlético Madrid. He's finding hard at the moment about life at Villa. There's so many games in such a short time. You can't prepare properly for matches. Players are virtually living on and off coaches. Now they have some space to speed down that left. Right looks for Milosevic. Away by Santi, who's everywhere.
Great ball in. Unfortunately, Milosevic couldn't quite bring it down. But that's better from Villa. Patient, knocking it around on the floor, and a good ball into Milosevic. Unlucky.
Dwight York. It's a fine pass. Lee Hendry. Milosevic almost clipped it beyond Jurchim, unfortunately. And now Madrid can break with Caminero. There's a big Ben-Hur fan. Like an old chariot trundling down that left. Babel, what a brilliant pass. Aguilera. Vizcaíno. Hendry gets it away. Staunton was fouled, I should think.
You have to be careful, Villa. Caminero was in on the far post there, unmarked. If the cross had come in the far post, he'd get a free header.
Piscagno has picked up 8 yellow cards this season, including 2 in the UEFA Cup. Already served a suspension earlier on in the competition. John Gregory. Steve Harrison there to his left-hand side. Paul Barron behind him, the goalkeeping coach.
This is their outball all the time for Atletico. He's given a free kick for handball, but he's the outball all the time. With Jocin joining in with the front men, leaves a big gap down this right-hand side.
Caminero has thrown the ball away, having been pulled up for that handball, and for throwing the ball away, he has a yellow card. Picked up 3 of them this season, and 1 red card, Caminero, not in this particular tournament. 3 times threatened to quit Atlético Madrid, and again recently having been booed in a home match. Scored in both legs against Croatia Zagreb earlier on in the competition. 18 minutes gone then. Ekiog was in there. And York too, not yet away. Ekiog!
Good flick on from Ekiog. Unfortunately, Dwight York couldn't bring it down, but that's what Villa need to do, put them under pressure in the box, because they are a good team when they get it down and play, Atletico, and hitting teams on the break.
Ekiog in the thick of that move right from the start. His header, York down, it spins awkwardly for Madrid. Ekiog up and over. Scored a couple of goals this season, England international. Andre Staunton. This is a more reassured spell by Aston Villa. Henry looks for York. Oh, unlucky. Aguilera. And Santi. Staunton was first to it. Babel didn't fancy it. A bottle job in there, I think. And now the challenge is beginning to go in, and Mario van der Ende very rarely lets a game get away from him. He's already had a word with Piscagno. That's a magnificent free kick, Staunton. Dancing on this touchline. Gets the cross in. Away by Aguilera. Draper. York leaves it, right. Dwight York, Babel behind him. Villa must score, otherwise it's curtains. Staunton, they're being patient. Milosevic. Draper making space, into Hendry. Turned into trouble.
Good play from Villa though, they're patient there in around the 18-yard box, didn't throw it in this time, and Lee Hendry was unlucky there, just got caught under his feet. The defender able to nick the ball off him, and he gave away the free kick.
Lee Hendry, Paul used to play Birmingham City. The family are sort of Birmingham City fans until young Lee came and played for the Villa, probably. Andre, signed from Paranense in Brazil for nearly £2.5 million in the summer. Jesus Gil splashed out £35 million this summer for Adiantic. His 21st different manager and the 30th change he's made since joining the club. This is Babel. Oh, just a nick on by Hendry. Churchill did well. Draper in on Kiko. Andre. Again Churchill came back at him. Classy touch by Vieri. Piscagno. Nice change of direction. Good bounce off Ekiog. Kiko looks for Caminero.
It's a good game, isn't it, Jonathan? Plenty of tackles flying in. Both teams, when they get it on the floor, are looking good.
They won the European Cup Winners' Cup in 1962. They were runners-up to Tottenham in 1963. Another good European pedigree over the years. It's Pantic. Echiog, his big broad shoulders, planted his feet firmly in the ground. 6'2". Nigh on 13.5 stone, I would have thought. Kiko's cross, Taylor. Bosnich tested. Firm hands and true.
Villa got a chance on the break now.
There's York. Henry making the forward search. Looks for Julian Jurčin. Good switch of play. Jurčin takes on his man. That man was Heli. Andre clears. Babel suspended from the first game. Vizcaino got in underneath, or was Milosevic climbing? That's what the referee says. Big week of European football on Channel 5. The UEFA Cup tonight, the Cup Winners' Cup on Thursday, with Chelsea 2-1 up against Real Betis. Here's Draper. Pantic, dart of a ball, sped like an arrow through, but too far in front of Vieri.
Both sides are working very, very hard. With 25 minutes gone, it's very even now. Villa have got it down, playing it around. Good play here by Henry.
Henry looks for Milosevic, turns, half a chance for a shot, and he scorned the chance to shoot, and Babel has it.
I thought Milosevic was going to pull the trigger there, all opened up for him, and then he took an extra touch and he gets closed down.
Caminero looks for Vieri. And the referee gives the free kick, I think, for the push, if anything. Yeah, it's a free kick for a push.
Good defending by Echiog there. Used his strength and his pace.
Just seen the previous incident at the other end.
He should have had a shot there, Milosevic. Nothing to lose. Test the keeper. Warm his hands for him.
Milosevic aimed for, and Aguilera got out well. Carlos Aguilera. Now Pantic. Vieri is there, down the bottom of the picture, and so too Kiko, and here's Caminero. Not the stretch.
Good play from Pantic there. Caminero coming in at the far post, should have done better with that. He should have got his cross back across the goal.
The brilliant World Cup 94, scored 3 in 4 games, and in Euro 96 as well. Here's Alan Wright, who was once on the fringe of England international honours at senior level. The best of passes. Jurčin to Taylor. Babel away. Mark Draper. They can get it, if they can switch it, Wright is in space. Way forward of Steve Staunton, who's at the top of your picture there.
Yeah, Wright's given plenty of width on that left-hand side. On the right-hand side here, they're not quite getting enough width down here because Jurčin isn't really a wide player.
Chance for York. Beyond Pantic. Not the covering Andre. They work together. Santi and Andre, rather it is at the back. Dwight York looking to increase on his goal tally of 9 this season. Again, Villa play through Staunton. York offside.
Yes, they do hold their line well at the back four. They know what they're doing. Caught Villa offside plenty of times over in Spain, and obviously they're working on that again tonight.
Dwight York is a big hero of a chap here who works at the Villa and has done for many years, called Reg Parton, who works on the press side of things at Aston Villa. He's in the City Hospital at the moment, not too well, so we're watching Channel 5 tonight and we wish Reg well. There's Vizcaino and Kiko. Good forward run here, this is danger. Aguilera forward from right full-back, danger for the Villa. Chance for Caminero! That's the away goal! Caminero! Aston Villa 0, Atlético Madrid 1, and that is the nightmare scenario.
That is a fantastic ball, I think, from Keiko there. Bosic didn't quite make it, and Caminero, cool under pressure, just slotted it in the corner. Great finish.
What a run forward from Aguilera from right full-back.
What's he doing up there, Jonathan? A great run. Just clipped off the back of Ekiog, I think, which stopped Bosic getting there. But that is a nightmare for Villa. Obviously the away goal, 2-0 down, they need to score 3 now.
Minero, whose goals put paid at Croatia Zagreb, means that Aston Villa have to score 3. Terrific game though. White was foul.
Both sides are very hungry for it, but Villa obviously have got an uphill battle now, Jonathan. They were just getting into the game nicely.
Staunton with his free kick. Approaching that half-hour mark. Oh, come through by York! He couldn't finish.
What a magnificent ball from Steve Staunton there. You expect Dwight York to put those away, wouldn't you? He brought it down on his chest beautifully, but couldn't cut his shot away.
I think it was Caminero who got back at him right at the last moment. Milosevic. Draper. Right, looks for Milosevic, another half chance, they've got to take these now. Henry, York awaits, so to Taylor! Up and away, Draper drives, keeper spills! Taylor couldn't get there! Well, the pushing and shoving is unnecessary, but Caminero actually is getting in there to pull Taylor away from problems.
That's better from Villa, wasn't it? Another great chance there, the keeper did very, very well. A great block.
Draper's shot, it was there. Taylor had to go for it. And this is the previous incident.
Great ball from Staunton. Dwight York wouldn't come down properly, and Caminero, as you said, Jonathan, got the touch in there and cleared the danger.
We've got to start taking these half chances.
Atletico really do look up for it tonight, though, don't they? They look a far better team than they did at home.
This is Steve Staunton, looks for York. Mandelay's miscued, Santi after it. Bundled over by Savo Milosevic. And the other fans think it was shoulder to shoulder.
It looked like shoulder to shoulder, but it's a silly place to give a free kick away anyway. But Villa, at least they're getting some chances now.
Atletico Madrid, to the delight of Radiantic there in the centre of your picture, leading by the goal to 0 on the night and 2-0 on aggregate. Record as a coach, 78 wins from 147 games in Spanish League football as a coach. Only lost 31. Here's Wright. Hendry, square. And York. That's good football. Wright. Babel got back at him.
Fine tackle from Babel there. It was very dangerous from Villa. Good movement again. Babel just got back and stopped Wright from getting this cross in.
Oh, half a chance again for York. The snatch at it, heavily blocked. Draper. Alan Wright is around the back. Well, how about that? For feisty competitiveness by Alan Wright. Only 5'4" of him. Babel 6'1", and yet he still wins the corner kick. It is first of the night. Taylor in the near post, Babel away.
He's done well in this first half, hasn't he? Babel come back into the side, missed the first leg, but he's looked good tonight.
And the Czech title is Slavia Prague, had a good Euro 1996. He was signed shortly after for £3 million, Babel. Here he is again. Been a regular in this UEFA Cup campaign, only missed a couple. Milosevic was fouled.
Well, Villa have got to go for it now, haven't they, Jonathan? Put people forward as much as possible, leave themselves one-on-one at the back, or two-on-two, take a chance.
Staunton. And they're looking for Staunton to get forward on that left-hand side. Came back from his hamstring injuries and played in the first leg in Madrid. Was 6 weeks out. That's a push.
That's what Villa don't want. Milosevic giving away silly free kicks when they're in a dangerous position there. No need to foul the defender. Just get hold of the ball. Yeah, Steve Staunton's been fantastic for Aston Villa since he's come here. I think, what, 5 seasons now, something like that, Jonathan? Fantastic buy, and obviously out of contract at the end of the season.
There he is again, and Gareth Southgate. Couldn't get it away. Oslich will come and claim. And the throw out is there to Taylor. Staunton. 2-0 they lead on aggregate. Ooh, Draper look for Taylor. Hendry in there again. Oh, Andre, that's a back pass, is it? Well, it wasn't deliberate from Andre. He sliced it off his boot.
I think if you're a Villa supporter, you want that as a pass back, but I think he just sliced it. The keeper can pick that up.
Was this a pass back or not? First ball through was brilliant. Well, he looked.
We give the ref the benefit of the doubt there.
Well, they do say this is one of the world's best referees. Here's Southgate. Milosevic. Jarchim's there in front of him. And look for little Julian Jarchim. But Molina was equal to it.
Fine ball from Southgate though. Milosevic unlucky putting Jocin in there. Just a little bit overhit, but the keeper's off his line quickly.
Echiog. Aston Villa only 2 wins in their last 6 matches, and they haven't kept a clean sheet now in 8 games.
I think that's the thing is in Europe and in the Premier League at the moment, Jonathan. If you can keep a clean sheet, you've got a chance of doing well. And I think that's been Villa's problem this season, is they haven't kept enough clean sheets.
Well, Atlético Madrid have only kept 3 away blank sheets all season. And that's encouraging for Aston Villa. They need to score 3, let me remind you.
I think if they can get one before half-time, Jonathan, then they've still got a good chance second half with the crowd behind them. If they get an early one in the second half, then, you know, it's all to play for.
A 2-1 victory tonight for Villa would not be good enough. Atlético Madrid would go through in the away goals. And here's Pantic. Looks for Vieri. Southgate. Wonder if they'll come up against each other in World Cup duties this summer. Here's Staunton. York was fouled. He cushioned the ball magnificently, Dwight York, who's been following the Test match avidly over the last few days. Right, not a good cross in.
Yeah, Villa in a good position there as well. It's a bad ball in from right, because Taylor made a great run to the back stick, and he was in.
Abel miscues to Vieri. Echiog. Taylor to Draper. I wonder how you think John Gregory might change things tactically, Nigel.
Well, I think tactically he might, second half, end up going to a back 4. Leaving 2-on-2 at the back and pushing the fullbacks as far forward as possible. But you know, with his injuries and that, he hasn't got that many options. But I'm sure that Stan Collymore will play a part, and he might come on at half-time. You never know. but obviously John didn't start with him tonight because he's a bit worried about that he's not trained or played really since the first leg. But they do need to change it because at the moment Atletico are looking quite comfortable.
There's Stan Collymore to his right as we look at the picture. As young Michael Oakes, the goalkeeper. Here's Jurgen. Piscaino virtually makes it a back five now, sitting in there just in front. Piscaino, 32-year-old, 14 times Spanish international.
Yes, I think they're comfortable with their position at the moment. They don't need to take any risks. They're just trying to hit Villa on the break like they are now.
Kiko looks for Vieri. Southgate looks for Bosnich. A good ball by Alan Wright. Under pressure, and that's been the key word from Atletico Madrid right from the start. Pressurise Aston Villa, do not let them play. And this man's magnificent run forward, Carlos Aguilera, set up that first goal. He left the club for 3 years, went to Tenerife, and came back for a second spell.
I think you're right there, Jonathan. I think that they have worked very, very hard. Villa worked hard as well, but I'm surprised that they've worked so hard, Atletico. They obviously want to win this game, and at the moment, obviously, they're looking comfortable.
Kiko, sorry Nigel, just went in with 6 studs showing perhaps, yep, on Julian Judgem, although he says he played the ball.
It'd be a good tackle in the Premier League.
Another good ball by Ehiog. Now Kiko, Draper got back handball. Mark Draper, I've got to watch it. He's on a yellow card.
It's 10 on the yellow card, is there, Jonathan, for Villa?
The goal scorer, Caminero. Away by Taylor, scored precious goals earlier on in the campaign here. Taylor against Athletic Bilbao and against Steaua Bucharest. Piscaino. Bosnich calls, claims, gathers and clears. York. Of Santi. Andre. Those two pillars at the back. Piscaino.
All the balls that are breaking at the moment have fallen to Madrid players, unfortunately, for Villa. But hopefully that luck will change a little bit as the game progresses.
Staunton gives it away. Babel to Pantic. Vieri making the forward run. Babel outside him. Still Pantic. Oh, it bobbled horribly for it.
Great tackle from Southgate though, fantastic tackle. Stayed on his feet until the last moment and threw himself in front of it.
Piscaino to Helli. Caminero's shoulders, he slightly mistimed his jump, went up too early. He was coming down when the ball was played up to him. Caminero.
Good play from Dwight York there, good skill.
There's Andre, the Brazilian. Draper. Ehiog. Taylor linking with Judgem. York awaits and Milosevic, good claim. Jose Molina.
Very good claim from the keeper. Good build-up again from Villa. But the final ball just had a little bit too much height on it.
This is Vieri at his strongest. Ehiog was a little bit slow to react. Caminero. Kiko. Vieri once more. Southgate drawn wide with Kiko. Piscaino. Aguilera. And Vieri, lovely football, Atletico Madrid. And Staunton breaks it up. And now Jurgen. Thunders into Helli. His touch was poor. Kiko. Andre away. Vizcaíno. I don't think anyone in the ground would deny Atlético Madrid the value of their lead. Andre, nice touchback. Kiko hits Southgate.
This is a good open game, Jonathan, isn't it? Some good play from Atlético, and now Villa on the break.
Draper, great space away to the left, and Hendry. Alan Wright is outside him. Babel comes across to cover now. Right the cross. Disappointing from that sort of position, that sort of final ball.
Good play again from Villa, but the final ball again lets them down, especially from right on the left-hand side. But Vieira is looking very, very dangerous now. They're full of confidence up front. They're passing it about around the edge of the box, and Kiko's making good runs to feed off him.
It's an underplay, the pedigree of Atlético Madrid in Europe. They won the World Club Championship, having finished runners-up in the European Champions Cup to Bayern Munich in '74 in a replay. But Bayern Munich didn't want to play in the World Club Championship. Atlético took their place and won it. Here's Staunton. Judgeship. And Draper. Babel's worked hard, shuttling across midfield.
I think that's the problem, is Villa at times aren't moving the ball quite quick enough, and they're getting closed down by Atlético because they are working so hard, and then they're hitting long balls like this, which are maybe 50-50, especially when it's going out to Jochin in the air.
Last minute of the first half. Draper. Staunton. I know he can shoot. Wright has time to get there. Milosevic waits, Andre away. Draper. Hendry waited for it to come onto him. Santi didn't. And Pantic away to the Trinity Road stand.
It's a fine ball in from Staunton there. Nobody got on the end of it. Nobody attacked the ball.
That's a good turn by Milosevic. York was in there. Hendry. Babel. Away from the youngster. Draper. York onside. Dwight York, chance to shoot! Just over.
Yeah, it's just over the top. When it went into Milosevic there, this is Dwight York, sorry.
Just over the top by Dwight York. I wonder what Andy Townsend and Charlie Nicholas think of that one. They're coming up at half-time, and you'll see the key moments again of this first half. Madrid leading, and the referee brings to an end that first period. What do you make of it, Nigel?
Well, it's obviously an uphill task now for Villa, but if they can get an early goal in the second half, you never know. But they've got to change their tactics a bit and try and get the ball forward quicker and move it quicker. Here's the goal.
Caminero, after good work by Aguilera getting in there in the first place. And a fine finish on the end of it. Caminero scoring the goal. Coming up in a couple of seconds' time, don't forget the thoughts of Charlie Nicholas and Andy Townsend, and they'll be discussing the talking points of a first half that ends at Villa Park. Aston Villa 0, Atlético Madrid 1. Madrid lead 2-0 on aggregate, but don't for 1 second go away.
Football on 5 with Wilkinson Sword.
The new Renault Megane RT Sport with 0% finance and free insurance.
The president's plane has been hijacked.
You could finish this with one phone call.
Harrison Ford, Air Force One, rented now.
Where were you when we hammered the Dutch in '96? Personally, I can give you longitude and latitude. And why is the bloke behind you always a football genius?
And it comes to the bloke behind you. How score from there.
Isn't it strange? Everyone's had a trial, but no one's ever played. And you know they put that typewriter sound on after. If you don't want to know the score, look away now.
We all rely on the police. They respond to emergencies so quickly. But though it can be frightening, a breakdown is rarely a matter of life and death. So it's not really up to the police to attend. That's the job of the AA. Like the police, we respond to emergency calls quickly.
Tried to turn it over, but
So we've introduced a new deployment system that's second to none. Now we can get here even faster than before. We're fast, but not that fast. The AA. To our members, we're the 4th emergency service. Join now. Call 0800 444 999.
VL5 styling wax, moulds and shapes. So at least your hair will behave.
What does your mum want for Mother's Day? Younger looking skin. Isn't that what every mother wants for Mother's Day?
I love fishing, and I personally wouldn't do anything else other than carp-fish. I mean, I couldn't be in a better job.
Signing on. I've been there, I've done it. It's not nice. I get out of bed now and I can't wait to get here. It's a matter of getting the ball rolling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
I mean,
indeed.
getting people off that immense roundabout of being unemployed.
We've taken one on. Why can't other people do that? Other companies?
One person per company.
That's right. Job done.
Job done, that's right.
Well, I've got one, look. I have as well, mate. They're nice stamp of fish, aren't they? Lovely.
Testing. 1, 2.
New from Doritos. Smoother tasting, tangy cheese, the loudest taste on earth.
A McDonald's hamburger for just 59p. Or a McDonald's cheeseburger for just 69p. 2 great reasons why you can enjoy more at McDonald's.
Football on 5 with Wilkinson Sword.
There he is, Jose Luis Caminero, the Atlético Madrid scorer. That means at half-time it's Aston Villa 0, Atlético Madrid 1. And that means Villa are 2-0 down on aggregate and must now score 3 times. Well, with me in the studio, Charlie Nicholas and Andy Townsend. Charlie, we needed a good start from Villa and we didn't really get one. We got a ponderous start, didn't we?
Yeah, we got what we didn't want. We wanted Atlético to be in the back foot. Instead of that, ended up Villa were in the back foot and couldn't get any passing, couldn't get any fluence into the play. And down the flanks, they weren't really getting any penetrating runs at all. And from that, you always thought Atlético at the first 20-25 minutes, more studied build-up, clever passing, and they were in control of the game.
They looked very comfortable on the ball, Andy, didn't they? Where Villa were giving it away, and they looked so assured.
Yeah, they did. They did. They started off very, very well. In fact, Villa had to defend like 3 or 4 corners in the first 2 minutes, and as Charlie said, that kind of set the tone for the game for the first 20 minutes. After that, they did get going a little bit at times, but it's been patchy. There's not really been any fluency, and there hasn't really been a good tempo to the game.
It was ironic, Charlie, wasn't it? When they did start getting going, that's where the goal came in. There was silence out here.
Well, they had the quality to make that telling pass. Kiko's looked a good player. Caminero's looked a little bit tasty when he gets the opportunity. But the build-up, Kiko's pass, and it's a full-back Aguilera. He's in and about. Sure, they get a lucky break, but Caminero's very composed here. A lot of players would just be happy to hit the target, but he finds the corner, and you can't argue with quality like that. And to be fair, they probably deserve to be in front.
Yeah, if he hadn't hit it so well, I mean, he had to pick his spot. If he didn't, it wasn't going in, was it? There was a forest of players in front of him.
As Charlie said, he's composed, and he knew exactly what he was doing here. And as I say, there was I think once Bozzi's committed himself there, and it's come back to Caminero, who's probably the worst player out of the lot of them that's fallen to. He's done very well there.
Yeah. Bad mistake from Mark Bosnich, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think with the break of the ball off the defender, he had to react. I think he did the right thing. Plus, he couldn't touch the forward, or else it's a penalty and red card possibility. So it's just a break. It was a bad break that they got, but they were punished by one quality player.
But ironically, the goal really spurred Villa on, didn't it? We saw chance after chance come in the few minutes after that.
Yeah, they did. They've had a few opportunities, but again, nothing really clear-cut. This one fell to Dwight, and maybe had he just chested that down onto his right peg, he's had to wait for it a bit there, and of course, you know, it's good defending. But most of the opportunities Villa have had have been half chances and have needed something a little bit special.
And then it was Mark Draper who was next involved, Villa's next chance.
They've never really quite got the fluency, and I don't think Ian Taylor quite knows where to play with Julian Bean in the wide right position. And he keeps coming inside because he's not a natural wide man. So they're getting a little bit too tight, you know. So they're trying to work their way around about it, and Draper's really, I think he just had a half-hearted effort at it. But they're pressed a little bit, but the movement hasn't been good enough at times. Milosevic's been a little bit flat. But they finally get to the byline and make it count. It's in a good area. They've not done enough of that. And Draper, it's just, you see, he's going to hit the half volley. He's got to take it on the half volley. Does the right thing, hits the target. You might get lucky. Unfortunately for them, it doesn't drop to a Villa player.
Andy, if they've got any chance, they've got to take those sort of chances now, haven't they? And they've got to get wide.
They've got to get in behind the Madrid defence. They've got to get it into the wide areas and get Julian Joachim and Alan Wright into areas where they can deliver some quality from the flanks.
OK, gents, thanks very much. So it'll take a monumental effort now for Villa. Can they do it? Well, we'll be back with the second half in a couple of minutes.
Football on 5 with Wilkinson Sword.
Who would I most like to have a one-to-one with?
It's got to be Elvis Presley!
56 would be a cool year. He'd be 21. Apparently he really felt lonely at times, even before he was idolised by millions. I'd cheer him up. It would be great to go for a drive with him, pop round his mum's for a cup of tea. I'd ask him who was his best friend. I'd have been a good friend to him, I think. Maybe I'd ask him to sing for me, my own private Elvis Presley concert.
Who would you most like to have a one-to-one with? Our mobile phone service gets people talking.
Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me.
Where's my 406?
What's a 406?
Peugeot, the drive of your life.
Well, my life is worth nothing to some, while to others I am number one. I tell you, only the strongest will survive.
This is Ronsil Varnish. Ronsil Varnish is easy to apply and gives any wood a beautiful, tough finish. I used it on my hull, and it gave me a finish that was beautiful and tough. So if you want your wood to have a tough, beautiful finish, use Ronsil Varnish. It does exactly what it says on the tin.
Are you hiding something? Underneath the hair you have is the hair you want. Reveal your hair's true potential with Pantene, now in a new bottle, and with even more provitamin B5. Nothing penetrates deeper, while the formula replenishes shine from root to tip. Even damaged hair can become more healthy looking. Healthy looking hair can become more shiny. Try it for 14 days and see. New advanced Pantene Pro V system for hair that looks so healthy it shines. Go ahead. Release your hair's true potential.
Odds, we take Psycho's dog for a walk. Evens, take my auntie for a walk.
Two rocks, Kev.
Game of pool?
Or with better shots on the next race.
New celebrations, all my favorites in miniature.
on 5 with Wilkinson Sword.
Welcome back. Well, Aston Villa are a goal down on the night and 2 down on aggregate. It's going to be a huge task for them in the second half, isn't it? What tactics would you employ now, Andy? Does Colin Moore got to come on?
I think so. I think, I mean, they're in a situation, they've got to have a go. They're going towards the whole end, going towards their favourite end here. I would bring Stan on now and say, listen, you've got nothing to lose now. You've got to go out there and really try and make it happen.
The danger with that, obviously, is that they could leak a goal on the counter-offensive, but it doesn't really matter, does it?
Well, it doesn't matter if they lose any more goals. You know, they've got to get the next goal. If they go 2-0 down, it's over anyway. So they've got to have a goal. Colin Moore would make sense to me. Maybe sacrifice little Righty in the left-back position. Probably would be a defender. He's not really getting to the byline often enough tonight. Everything's going in from 30 yards out. He's playing okay, but it needs to be changed to get something going and upset Atlético.
I thought one of the reasons for playing Julian Joachim tonight would be to get to the byline, and he's sort of playing very deep and quite narrow, isn't he?
Well, because they've had so much of the ball, he's found himself getting the ball on the halfway line. He wants to be getting it 30 yards further forward, Julian. He's very, very quick over 20 or 30 yards, very quick. If he gets in the last third of the field and gets it out of his feet, the defender's got a problem. At the moment, every time he's getting it, he's running at the guy, and they've got plenty of men behind the ball, and it's difficult for him.
Sabo's been very quiet tonight as well, hasn't he?
I think he's looked flat. I really do. I don't think he's had great mobility tonight. He's been expecting things to happen rather than making them happen. I think York has been trying to get into the game. Little Julian in the wide right position's trying, but Sabo's got to open up a little bit more and move defenders. Once he does that, space will be created for others, and that's when Villa will get benefits.
Okay, and we were saying earlier on they have to convert the chances that we saw at the end of the first half. Dwight York had quite a few of those, didn't he? But never clear cut, but still they've got to take those if they're going to win 3-0.
Yeah, if you see these ones here again, you know, this one, I mean, there's a lot of bodies around him, Dwight, and he's falling backwards. That is really nothing more than just a half chance. They're going to need to try and create something a little bit more clear cut than that. I mean, you know, you're asking an awful lot from anybody there to score goals like that.
We're talking like this, but of course we mustn't take anything away from Atlético Madrid. They've come here and they've played some good football.
They've been a quality side. We knew they had special players all over the pitch, but their forward six I think have been impressive. Good interchanging, great movement. That's what Villa have lacked tonight with Sabo in particular. Not got the crossover runs like Vieri's had with Kiko. They've been very, very impressive going forward, and I think there is a danger that they could get a second goal because they look as if they've got something left in the locker.
They're holding the ball up a bit, aren't they, as well? A bit of an English game, really, ironically.
Oh, they are. Charlie said the front two are very, very good. The lad Babel as well in midfield. He is, you know, if he's not linking things up with his own players, he's getting around the Villa lads, he's winning a lot of balls back, picking up the loose ball, the second ball, and he just keeps things ticking over for him. He's a really good player.
Critical, really, the first 10 minutes. The fans have got to get behind the side now, haven't they?
Well, yeah, they've got to, but I think they will. There's no problem with the fans. The thing is that they must get a bit more aggressive and a bit more movement. If they get that and upset the Spanish team, you just never know.
Okay, well, we can see the players coming up the tunnel now. Time to hand over to our commentators for the second half, Nigel Spackman, but first, Jonathan Pearce.
Atletico Madrid come out onto the field of play. Although they're ahead of most of the Villa players, let me tell you, Mark Bosnich has been out for most of the half-time interval, just keeping his muscles supple as his trademark. And a very delighted Atletico bench, Radi Antic moving away there. And out come the Villa then. And you cannot fault the home supporters for their backing tonight. And about 36,000 of them have really got behind Aston Villa. To no avail at the moment. There are still 45 long minutes to go. Villa trailing by a goal to 0 on the night, 2-0 on aggregate. Nigel, quick word for you before the start of the second half.
Well, obviously we need a bright start from Villa here. If they get a goal in the first couple of minutes, first 5 minutes, then they've still got a chance, because you've seen teams from Europe, especially Spain, coming away, go a goal down, or get the home team get a goal back early on, then they start to struggle a little bit. So hopefully there's still hope for Villa.
Villa all in white, kicking from right to left towards the Holt end in this second half, and so much depends on that forward combination of Milosevic and Dwight York. Villa in their change strip, as is the custom for European games. The home side plays in the away strip. York away towards Alan Wright. He got forward well in the first half. Quality of final ball was missing. Draper to Echiog. Already it seems that Villa are going to play it around much quicker. Milosevic turned in the air, free kick. York hungry to get on with it. Can sense there's a greater urgency about Villa here now. Staunton strike a mean free kick, goes across there with Draper. Milosevic, bottom of your picture to the left. York in there, and Echiot. And Taylor, hands on hips. Joachim in there as well. Draper's free kick. Ooh, Milosevic.
He just got under it then, Jonathan. It's a good ball in from Draper. Milosevic gets away from his marker. Two of them away from their marker, but he just got under it and headed it over. A good chance for Villa early on.
As Charlie and Andy were saying at half-time, so many half chances. Another one goes begging. Kelly. Joachim just went in with a raised foot.
Been a great time to score for Villa, wouldn't it? Really got everybody going.
Of course, while Villa will want to step up the pace, Atlético Madrid will be in no hurry. Stimberi. Aguilera. Milosevic chasing down. A little bit unfortunate perhaps, Savo Milosevic. Stan Collymore awaits. And he seems to be just perhaps touching down to his boots there.
I should think he's desperate to get on for, you know, half an hour or so.
Here's Milosevic. Battling for it, and Draper. The word we have from the bench is that Stan Collymore could well come on in 5 or 10 minutes. Meanwhile, Pantic has it for Atlético Madrid. Staunton and Draper, but way down the field. They've got a bad injury worry to Andre, who's in real pain. Staunton will clear it away to right. What do Villa do here now? The sporting thing will be to get the ball off. They still play them in the middle. Andre is down there. Here's a chance for Dwight York. To Joachim, Milosevic awaits! Eventually, there can be treatment. Controversial that, because Atlético Madrid will feel the ball should have got out of play to allow treatment for Andre.
Well, I don't think in that situation you want to put the ball out, you want to score a goal. But it was a great move from Villa, but Joachim just needed to look up, stroke it across, and Milosevic would have side-footed it in the back of the net. But he's head down, sees one thing, the goal, and that's it, drags it across.
Another half chance. Andre still down injured, as we see again, Julian Joachim, who missed a chance in the first leg.
He did, and that's looking very... This is injury. I think he's just overstretched there, maybe twisted his ankle slightly.
Well, that's what the Aston Villa fans think about it. You can hear the whistling. And they certainly didn't think the game should have been stopped.
That miss from Joachim in the first leg could be very costly for Villa. An away goal would have been brilliant for them.
York. Staunton. Down to 10 men effectively. Pressure on Aguilera from young Lee Hendry. Madrid have just put Caminero back into the back four. There he is pointing. A versatile player. Left midfield scored tonight. Right midfield now playing as a cover centre back. Southgate. A chase for York and for Joachim and for Kelly. Nasty bounce.
They're just not getting the breaks at the moment. Joachim does well, chases it in the corner, and it comes off Joachim out for a goal kick. So they're just not getting the breaks at the moment, Villa.
Atlético Madrid want to send the 25-year-old Brazilian Andre back onto the field of play, limping badly. I actually do think he was injured. I don't think he's milking this at all. You see from the pain etched across his face when he went down.
I think he overstretched and twisted his left ankle, I think, Jonathan, by the looks of it.
Babel. Staunton handball. Points to his shirt.
looks to me like he might have to go off, Jonathan.
Andre still in problems at the other end. Let's hope Villa don't have problems here. Vizcaíno could hit them. So too can Pantic. Free kick and corner specialist. Was brilliant in their double winning year of 96. Winding up. Bosnich saw it late, and a corner kick is the result.
Yeah, it's a good free kick, pushed away by Bosnich. Should have held it really, but at least it didn't go in the back of the net. But Villa are under pressure again from Atletico, and they've looked dangerous from corners all night.
33 goals for Atletico Madrid has Pantic. Once scored 4 at Barcelona in a cup tie and finished on the losing side. Here he is. Kiko in the middle, and the goalkeeper Caminero and Vieri. Near post flick has been so dangerous.
It's a goal kick. I think the ball went behind from the corner.
Which ball? We currently have 2 on the field of play inside that penalty area. Let's have a look at it again. Yeah, it swung out and then came back in.
Here comes Stan, the man.
Stan Collymore is about to come on. It looks as if it'll be Fernando Nelson also to come onto the field of play for Aston Villa. Nelson will give them width. Collymore will go up front. Here's York. Much better second half for the Villa. Milosevic outside him waits. Taylor in the middle. Right at the top of your picture. Away by Babel. Staunton comes across. Beautiful play by Kiko. Staunton wins it back in determined fashion. Milosevic breaking left. Taking on Aguilera in the air. Out by Andre. And this time the free kick goes against Dwight York. I think that's actually Santi who's down there. Andre is still limping.
I think
Santi who's hurt this time.
I think Villa are making the substitutions now. Looks like Draper and Milosevic, I think.
Mark Draper has seen the number 8 and Milosevic has seen the number 9. So how are they going to do it now, Nigel?
Well, I think they're obviously going to put Nelson wide on the right and obviously put Stan up front, play the 3 up front with the 4 across the stain, but Nelson will give them a bit more width on the right hand side and hopefully some decent crosses in the box.
Stan Collymore, all eyes are on you. 7 goals for Aston Villa, £7.5 million, the signing fee from Liverpool. He's missed the last 3 games since picking up an injury against his old team. Beaten in the air by Andre, who hobbles away from that challenge. Aguilera, determinedly in Taylor. Andre's all right there though. And now right. Villa need 3. Jarchim's flick. Little push from Collymore.
They mustn't get frustrated. I know it is frustrating for them, but to give away silly little free kicks like that, Stan Collymore has just come on. No need for it. They just want to keep Atletico under pressure.
7 goals in 34 appearances for Aston Villa. Santi. Caminero. And the difference between the 2 sides perhaps now. Vizcaíno just sat in there all night.
Yeah, it's just picking things off there, Jonathan. Good brain on him. Just seeing how the play develops and then breaking it up.
Nelson. Jarchim still wide right. And was Bolt. Oh, Southgate looked for Staunton. Came here in the end. The assistant referee was flagging. It may well have been a flip off Vieri's hand. Now Staunton. Oh, beautiful play, Dwight York! York! Saved by Molina! Superb play by Dwight York. It gives Aston Villa heart and hope. Beautiful turn. Nutmegged the defender, and the keeper gathers at the second attempt.
Yeah, it's a good ball in from Staunton, good turn from Dwight York on his left foot, good strike, and the keeper pushes it away and then collects it. But again, Stan Collymore gives a free kick away. Because Villa don't want the game stopping, they just want it keep it moving and moving. And they've got a chance.
This free kick is for moving with the goalkeeper as he went to kick it away. Babel. Staunton makes it his. Back to Babel. Staunton. Fernando Nelson. Portuguese international. Kelly's challenge. Spanish international. Ejiog to Fernando Nelson. Collymore. York through the middle. Found. Now Lee Hendrick. Good football. Alan Wright. Time for the cross. I thought Collymore was pushed, but it's off the bar. Dwight York so unlucky. I wonder if Collymore was pushed in there as he rose for it. Now Ejiog. Much better Aston Villa. Vizcaíno. Southgate will need to make it his, and does. Ooh, that's off Pantic. Well, that was bizarre. Let's have a look at this chance for you. In comes the cross. I wonder if Collymore was pushed. Difficult to see from that angle. York off the bar anyway, so very, very unlucky.
Yeah, good ball in from Wright. Pity he didn't put a few in the first half.
Staunton. Molina's come, not got there. Collymore. Judge him. Away by Caminero. Vizcaíno.
I think it might have been Dwight York who pushed Collymore out the way for the header, actually. Jonathan, desperate to score. They're going to make a substitution now as well, I think. Atlético.
Well, it looks as if Lardin will come on and Pantic will be the man to go off. His last contribution at 25-yard nigh own goal. On will come Jordi Lardin. Came for £8.5 million in the summer from Espanyol. He was captain there and midfield general for 5 years. Now a Spanish international in the World Cup reckoning, and they're taking their time over this substitution.
It's just what Villa don't want. Villa wants the game to keep moving and moving quickly, keep the pace up, keep the tempo up, and they're just slowing it down.
They'll make another substitution in a minute. Atlético Madrid, they're ready to make another one just to break up the flow of things. This is a good spell for the Villa, trailing 1-0 though on the night. 2-0 on aggregate. Right. Collymore is straight offside. This hasn't been a happy hunting ground for Aston Villa in European competitions over recent years. 3 times in the last 5 campaigns they've gone out at home. Away goals cost them against Helsingborg 96-97 and against Trabzonspor in 94-95. Look for Caminero, blocked by Nelson.
I think sometimes in Europe now, Jonathan, it's easier to play away from home than it is at home. You have the pressure on you at home, the crowd expects, and obviously teams come and defend often.
Well, Andre is going off. I would think they'll send on Daniel Prodan, Romanian international of some 48 caps, very experienced. There he is. He played in Euro 96 and in the World Cup of 1994, Prodan. Taylor. Right. Scampers onto it, strong through the challenge. Santi away. Offside against Vieri. Now Nelson. Taylor. Oh, it ran away from him. And Babel. Aguilera has been superb throughout the evening. Again, a magnificent run. Kiko lost his foot. Aguilera in again here. Vieri pulling away from his marker. He dithers, he dallies. And eventually away by Ejiog. What a magnificent surging run by Aguilera.
Fantastic run. It just got stuck under his feet at the end there, so he couldn't get the cross in properly or get the shot in.
Collymore was fouled. And Kiko didn't get back the advantage for the free kick to be taken and gets a yellow card. Let's have a look at Aguilera again in the box.
He's got stuck under his feet there, Jonathan, looking up.
You think, Nigel, he can't get into the Spanish starting lineup at the moment. He's being kept out of the side by Ferrer. They are going to be so strong in the World Cup.
Yes, they're going to be a good, strong side. But he's looked good tonight. He caused havoc in the Villa defence for the goal, and he's getting forward when he can now.
Kiko will miss the semi-final should they get there. That's his second yellow card. Taylor. Now half a chance for Nelson. Quick feet. There's a lot of room and options. Offside. Taylor in there, Collymore in there. Yeah, about a yard offside.
They're all stood in there. At least Nelson, since he's come on, has given Villa some width on that right-hand side and getting some crosses in. And they look more dangerous now. Maybe it's too late.
Staunton on the overlap. Oh! Penalty kick given! Charcham went to the ground. And now on the break, Vieri! Trying to seal it! Listen, Vieri! Vieri! Ooh! Villa are still in it, but only just.
Yes, was that a penalty, Jonathan, or not? But at the other end, Southgate played Vieri onside.
Let's have a look at the Vieri. He was definitely onside.
Ekiog's done well there, getting back and putting him off, but he's dragged it wide.
And this is the penalty. Well,
I think there's contact there.
Certainly stumbled into Julian Charcham. I wonder if that would have been given at the Calderon Stadium in Madrid. There goes Molina. His handling has been very secure. Kiko. Villa chasing the game now. Gaps will appear. Vieri. Then Echiog comes to cover. Staunton off Nelson. Kiko. Caminero. And then they've allowed in the substitute. And Staunton. You cannot fault Villa for their courage and commitment. York looks for Staunton.
Keeper's done well there, has read the situation very well, come off his line, sweeping up behind his defence. It's a very open game, isn't it? End-to-end stuff now. Exciting game, but Villa obviously need a few goals.
They need 3. Vizcaíno, steady sort of a player. Kelly. Lardin is there on the touchline. Vizcaíno. Viva España is the song from the travelling Atlético Madrid fans at the foot of the Doug Ellis stand. Babel. Santi helped him out rather. Aguilera. What a strong game he's had.
Yeah, he looks very dangerous going forward, doesn't he? He's looked like that all night.
I think Babel appealed then for an Atlético Madrid throw-in. More front than Harrods. Now, it's Nelson. Minero the goal scorer. In 28 minutes it was. Echiog with a free kick. Collymore. Will it come through to Charcham? Santi, who's been brilliant away. Right. Played Dwight York. Right. Oh, did that struck an arm in there, an upper arm. Well, Kiko on the break.
3 against 1.
Here's Lardin. He's got Vieri to time his run. Will he play it? Will he play it? Chance goes begging. They really should have sealed it there.
Yeah, it's another good break, but this is going to happen more and more often now. Villa are pushing forward, trying to get a goal, or get 3. And obviously Atletico are very dangerous on the break.
Great awareness by Vieri as he looked along the line there. Christian Vieri, make sure he wasn't offside. He's right. Santi comes, gets the deflection.
He's defended well all night, Santi. He's got some important blocks in and stops another cross there. But Wright should have just put it in early. He took the extra touch and it gave him a chance to block it.
Staunton. Caminero away. Southgate. Fine ball. Staunton's cross. Hidden on Kiko. Back is 10 yards. He's already had the 1 yellow card. Staunton's free kick. Oh, the goal's so unlucky as it came through to Dwight York. Sort of got caught just behind him.
Just not going to go in for him tonight, is it? That was a great chance. Got away from his marker. Free header. He sort of hit him on the shoulder and dropped down.
Stirring second half for Aston Villa though. Certainly encouraging for the rest of the season for their supporters who've suffered this campaign. York had a magnificent second half. Staunton, it's for Collymore. Rather awkwardly done. Nonetheless effective. And that's much better. It's a fine ball. Nelson. Nando Nelson. Ian Taylor's header.
Another good chance for Villa. Good build-up on the right-hand side. Nelson gets a good ball in on his left foot. Taylor making the run from deep. Just behind him, really.
That's handball. Again, Taylor making a good run in here for the free kick from Staunton. And that's York getting in there. Just got caught behind him, didn't it?
He did. He's trying to bend his neck to get power on it. Just drops nicely for the goalkeeper.
York again. Nelson. Dwight York's on fire at the moment. Nelson. Taylor in there. Good defending, really prevented him getting up with a clean header in, and that meant it could just drop kindly for the goalkeeper.
Yes, they've defended well tonight, Atlético, and they're putting their bodies in front of the ball, blocking things and then blocking off players as well, so they can't get decent headers in.
Staunton to Collymore. Santi away. Well, this little fella's been everywhere, Dwight York. Staunton. Aguilera's stumble. Dwight York. Looks for Churchim and Collymore. Collymore felt he was being pulled back. Vieri. Echiong is his shadow. Now you see, that sort of challenge after the World Cup, you get you a red card.
Yes.
Just one challenge.
Yep, that's what the England players have got to learn quickly. And all the other players obviously as well, but the England players get no tackling from behind, otherwise you're off.
I wonder how that will affect the game.
Well, I think the tackle from the side or from behind, if you win the ball, it's an art. And I think we're taking something away from the game of football if you can't make challenges like that.
Handball was that? No, and Kiko can profit. And now Jordi Lardin. Vieri waits. Aguilera to Babel.
Been very impressed with Vieri tonight, Jonathan. I think he's made great runs. He's always pulling defenders around and pulling away far posts as well, creating space for himself so players can find him, and he's holding the ball up well and obviously can score goals. He's a good all-round player.
Staunton. 21 minutes remaining, just under now. That 20 minutes about to tick over. Staunton tries to set Collymore away. You can understand Stan Collymore's frustration, but Santi is hardly. There's a little lick of sweat there on the forehead, but I was going to say he's hardly drawn sweat, has he?
He's looked good tonight, hasn't he, at the back? He's been solid, organised his defence, got some good blocks in, good tackles, and read the situation well. It was a very good performance.
Isn't there a phrase in the game, Nigel, he's played the game with a fag on?
I think a cigar tonight, anyway.
Now, they look for Vieri. Villa in a hurry to get on with it. Away by Santi. Staunton. It's had a good night for the Villa. Lee Hendry. Taylor. Throw down away. Southgate. Great ball. Hendry. Half a chance. Joachim. Taylor's try! Aston Villa won! Atlético Madrid won! And Aston Villa, with their Euro goal-scoring hero, Ian Taylor, suddenly have new life.
I think it took a slight deflection. Henry did very, very well down the left side. Joachim lays it back for Taylor, and I think it's a deflection, yes, off the defender into the far corner.
Went in off Vizcaino. Ian Taylor, his third UEFA Cup goal of the season. Now is the miracle on.
We get in second now, who knows?
Ian Taylor, what a hard-working, honest professional footballer he is. It's his 6th goal of the season. Babel. What a strong second half by the Villa. Oh, right. Referee's given the free kick against him. For a foul on Aquilera.
Good pressure from Villa. Lee Hendry getting through an enormous amount of work in there. He's only a slight lad, but he's worked so hard tonight.
Here's the goal again. Taylor, it just deflected off Vizcaino. Southgate away. Nelson in. Joachim battling hard. Nelson. Wanted to thread the eye of the needle. Ekiog. Good vision. Aquilera away. Lee Hendry in. Villa fighting for everything here. Hendry to Collymore. Go on, Stan. Make an entry. Stan Collymore. What a strike. Aston Villa 2. Atlético Madrid 1. Stan, Lee, man. And now we have a UEFA Cup epic on our hands. Come on, the Villa.
What a magnificent strike from Stan Collymore. Henry did so well again. Collymore lines it up. Stan special in the far corner. In off the crossbar. Magnificent.
2 goals in 2 minutes, and this UEFA Cup tie has been turned on its head. 2-1 Villa lead, 2-2 on aggregate. Atlético Madrid have that vital away goal. Staunton, brilliant Dwight York. He's been world-class second half. Right cross. All this after Andre went off and split up that centre-half partnership that was so strong. Taylor's given it away. Well, we've had some right old nights this season here against Bilbao and against Steaua, noticeably. Caminero doesn't hold it up. Fans have been brilliant. Listen to them now. Here's Staunton.
Great pressure from Villa at the moment. Dwight York coming off the feet, getting it. They've just got to keep the pressure on, keep the pace going.
What a second half Dwight York has had. Right to Ekiog. Fernando Nelson awaits.
Just got got to keep working hard now, Villa. They've got another 15 or so minutes to go. Still got a very, very good chance. If they keep it tight at the back still. John Gregory getting involved there. The adrenaline's pumping.
That's given away, this time by Kelly. What a goal by Stan Collymore. That's what the Villa fans have waited to see. Strong challenge by Lardin on Dwight York. He's chasing for everything. He'll probably make a call later on tonight to his great friend Brian Lara from the West Indies to tell him how he got on. I know they've been communicating on a regular basis over the Test series.
Apparently he was doing a rain dance, wasn't he? Dwight.
Here's Staunton. Been magnificent for Villa as well. Santi away. Collymore. Comes to Taylor. Caminero got the foot in. And now Madrid can break. And this is the danger. Vieri's in the middle. Kiko. Oh, good stealing in Taylor. Caminero again. Taylor in. Villa have it back. Staunton. Julian Johnson making a forward run, but he chooses Collymore. Staunton out wide to the left. Collymore head down, finds him though. Staunton too far for York. Nelson will keep it in. All Villa now. And Molina will make the save. That's when you need your goalkeeper to be just calm and collected.
He's done very well for them tonight, hasn't he? When he's needed to take the crosses, he's taken them. But this lad's done fantastic for Villa. Lee Hendry, fantastic game. Chased all the lost causes and got it back for Villa.
Staunton, what a performance by him. Oh, there's a mistake at the back. Could Collymore bounce? Misunderstanding there. And they've been quite rare. It was Prodan and goalkeeper Molina. Caminero took his goal succinctly in 28 minutes. I wonder what Andy Townsend and Charlie Nicholas are making of it all back in the studio. Here's Caminero. Echiog away. Now Lardin. You can hear the boys in the studio. Straight after the full-time whistle, of course. Slipping and sliding. Nelson first to react. York timed his man, Henley. You might have thought that it was shoulder to shoulder.
Yes, but referees always give those in European games. But Villa are looking a little bit tired now. There's still, 10, 12 minutes to go. They've just got to take a big breath and keep going for those final minutes.
Look for Vieri, right away. Now a chance to break. Julian Joachim, strong for the challenges. Collymore to his left. I think he was trying to find York, and it was deflected off Prodan anyway.
He was unlucky there, great tackle, but Collymore was away on this left-hand side. Joachim didn't see him.
He kicked the ball out of play because Kiko was it down injured up front. No, it's not Kiko. I can't quite see who it is. Let's have a look at the replay again. Aguilera, it is down injured.
The right back.
Two magnificent runs we've seen from him. His first, set up that first goal of the night. Poked home by Caminero. Carlos Aguilera, 3 times capped by Spain. He's played the last 2 World Cup qualifiers.
The crowd have been magnificent tonight. The atmosphere is magnificent. They're all enjoying it now. Villa winning, but they need one more. They mustn't concede.
Well, they had some magnificent European nights here over the years. Barcelona in the quarter-final of this competition back in 77-78. Last time they got this far here, they drew 2-2. They took the lead away in the Nou Camp through Brian Little, I seem to remember. Certainly John Gregory's memory is better than mine. He played in that game. There's an offside flag against Collymore. And Madrid are going to make another substitution any minute now.
I don't think Kiko was too happy with Staunton there for not giving him the ball back, I think.
Staunton. Babel blocks. Taylor scored the first Villa goal. Right. Lee Hendry making the forward run. Here's Jarchin. Oh, skipped off his toe. Little Alan Wright. In with Caminero.
Just needed to get hold of that there, Jochin. He could have turned and run at them, but unfortunately it bobbled up over his foot.
Here's the substitution. And I would think it's going to be Aguilera, the injured Aguilera, who goes off. And Tony will come on for him. 30 years of age, another Spanish international. Played against Pauk earlier on in the competition, the team that knocked out Arsenal, and then came on as a substitute in the first game. Well, played in the first game against the Villa, I should say. Here's Akio. Nice turn. And Staunton keep it in. 8.5 to go. Terrific game. Santi. Strong and determined, yeah. He's like a rock at the back. Lardin. Henley down. Collymore. Ian Taylor finds the open spaces, and Nelson. Well, I think Julian Jarchin was backing in, having to turn his man or be dragged down. He went down. How did you see that, Nigel?
Yeah, I think he just tried to turn his man there and pulled him down. The referee was right up with play. Could see what was happening. But Villa just got to keep it tight at the back now. People are getting tired and mistakes will happen, and hopefully there'll be a mistake in the defence of Atlético rather than the Villa defence.
Caminero. Rodan. That's Tony. Nelson for the Villa. And Molina, Jose Molina. And then very assured at the back. Aston Villa are waiting to make a substitution of themselves there. He may well just have caught a glimpse of Gary Charles. Here's Staunton. York. Superb. Staunton. Trying to get beyond Henley. Stumble, half a chance, Hendry! Oh, super save! He saw it so late, the goalkeeper! Young Lee Hendry could have had the most glorious moment of his youthful years.
He tried to bend it in the far corner, not quite wide enough from the goalkeeper. He gave his hand out to it. Jochin was unlucky following in, but great pressure again from Villa.
Lee Hendry still in there. In comes the corner. Molina thought about coming and didn't. Now Lardin. Nelson back again for the Villa. What a second half performance by John Gregory's team. Babel away. And now they can break. 4 against 3. Caminero to the right. Vizcaino finds him. Vieri through the middle. Alan right away. They have looked so tired when they come forward. Six minutes to go. Collymore, nice flick. Nelson. Steve Staunton still across there, having taken that corner kick on the right side. Looks for York. Inside Helly. Beautiful stuff by York. Oh, the Villa fans bay for a penalty kick. It's good defending by Helly. Oh, magnificent Lee Hendry. European Soccer Nights special this season on Channel 5. Staunton. Collymore. Took a cannon. And to be frank, Atlético Madrid can do with them all night. Here's Vieri. Vieri, oh, great burst beyond Southgate! Super save! Surely now! Oh dear, oh dear! Well, Kiko will be haunted by that for a long, long time.
I think he was playing for time, Jonathan.
Dear, oh dear. Vieri, Southgate slipped. Bosnich, good save. Now look at this. Whoops.
I think Nelson's going off and Charles is coming on now.
Well, it's like for like, but Nelson was a second-half substitute in his own right.
Yes, he must have an injury there. He's done well since he came on.
Again, Villa look for Collymore. York with a shot! You can't blink. You miss something.
It's been a fantastic game, Jonathan. All credit to Villa in the second half. Once they got the goal, it's just been one team in it, really. But unfortunately for them, they could go out on the away goal rule.
Molino away. Right. Collymore with the pace. Can he get there? Santi away. And this time Echiog. Can Kiko do better second time around? Oh, classy defender.
He's done well tonight, Echiog, as well, hasn't he?
York. Alan Wright, perfectly weighted. Collymore in the middle. So to Jurchip. And it was away by a very nervy Tony, who's calling to Lardine to get back and assist inside that penalty area. Drop back in these final frantic 3 minutes.
Here comes Bosnich. Bosnich is up.
Bosnich, keeper on keeper. And if they can break away here, it could be curtains.
You better get back.
Bosnich not really getting back, but Lardine couldn't keep it in. Mark Bosnich doing a Schmeichel. Oh, lovely interchange. Collymore in towards Jurchip. They played the ball with such zippy, fast passing movements in the second half. It's been breathtaking on occasions. Why didn't they play like this in the first period?
I think Collymore's made a difference when he's come on, and also did Nelson.
Right, Molina comes a very, very long way. But he looks most confident. A 27-year-old. Heavy metal rock fan, apparently. Here's Caminero. Southgate should just shepherd that off, and was fouled. Now Hendrick. Just dithered on a little bit. Now Vieri, Taylor. We started the ball rolling for Villa. Charles. It's for Churchim. The Villa bench there. John Gregory on his feet. Alan Wright. Win or lose, no one can fault Aston Villa for their second half commitment or performance.
Their second half, since they got the goal, they've been magnificent. I think Collymore came on, gave them a bit more up front, and Dwight York dropped into midfield a little bit, picking up balls, and it's worked for Villa.
Throw down under pressure from Dwight York. Certainly, you should imagine they made Andy Townsend, a former Villa hero, very proud back in the studio. And Collymore's goal would have had Charlie Nicholas licking his lips, and you can hear their thoughts in a few minutes from now. And look at the anxiety. That guy there on the left-hand side came with a full head of hair.
They're nearly as anxious as us.
There's the little push on the back of Kiko.
Let's hope the referee adds on about 10 minutes.
Lardine. Kiko. Lardine. Vieri in the middle. He'll hold on to it. And right in there. Tigerishly. And Hendrick. Good challenge by the youngster. Dwight York was unlucky. Babel. Taylor. Strong second half too. Too strong, says the ref.
He's worked so hard in the midfield as well, Taylor, tonight. Him and Lee Henry's done very, very well.
Lee Henry, still a youngster at 20. Won by Echiot. Now Staunton. Only half a minute of stoppage time play. Tony. Echiot away. Tired legs. Henry, one last determined spurt to the ball. Charles looks for York. Taylor. Henry. Oh, unfortunate because York was away. Barking you can hear is Aniantic's voice. Well, this is Kiko. Running precious seconds down. Right, a tired lunge. Hendry. Vizcaino. And Caminero, the hoist. There's no free kick, he fell over. Charles. Looking for Collymore, too long in the air. That's the sort of balls they were playing in the first half. Hendrick. Staunton. Collymore outside him. And that was tiredness. He just couldn't move the feet to match the pace of the brain.
Yeah, so they're all looking tired now. One last go, come on.
Steve Staunton. Babel will control. Tremendous performance though by Villa. Staunton. Collymore's flick. York. Oh, Molina won the chase. But Dwight York has hit the bar in the second half. You've had the save from the goalkeeper from Hendry. Villa have created chances in the second half where they were only creating half chances in the first. Staunton. Jocham's in there, but so too is tall and commanding Molina.
He's had a tremendous game for them tonight, hasn't he, the goalkeeper Molina? Taken every cross and been off his line quick as well.
He's never present in this campaign. He's only missed one game in about 120 for them. On right. Caminero is still chasing. 30 years of age. And maybe those Villa fans know. Oh, that this could be it. Vieri! Well, they have missed two late sitters.
They have, but it's just tiredness there with Villa. But Staunton has worked so hard. Everybody's worked so hard. It's the last minute here, maybe the last chance for Villa.
Charge him in. Lardin, Hendry. That's a free kick. He just lifted his feet, but Lardin stumbled into it. He's not hurt, I don't think anyway. Well, I've got a gentle rap on the elbow, or is it the wrist? Lee Hendry, big future ahead.
You've got a yellow card there, Jonathan. Lee Hendry.
It means he missed the semi-final. Should Villa get another goal? That's his second yellow card of the competition. They've played their part, the Villa fans.
Yes, they've been behind their team all night, and especially when they got the first goal, they really did get behind them. And they can be proud of their team as well.
Chelsea against Real Betis to come on Thursday night on Channel 5. The referee has checked his two assistants. Now Steve Staunton, one last hurrah. It's cut out by Kelly. Referee's checked his watch again. Southgate. I think this could well be it. It is it. And Aston Villa's brave effort has come to nothing. Stan Collymore's wonderful goal on 73 minutes set Villa apart, and this tie alight. It made it 2-1 on the night and 2-2 on aggregate. After Taylor had levelled Caballero's earlier strike. This is the Taylor one. That made it 1-1 on the night. And this is Collymore, and this is special.
Quite magnificent, Jonathan. Hadn't been on long, but what a great finish that is. That gave Villa hope. But they played very, very well second half. And as you hear the crowd, they were proud of them tonight as well.
Come on, said Stan. Come on, said Stan. The fans responded, but it wasn't enough. Aston Villa win here tonight, 2-1. But with the aggregate scores at 2-2, it's Atlético Madrid who go through on the away goals rule. Don't go away. Coming up in a couple of seconds' time, Charlie Nicholas and, of course, Andy Townsend.
Football on 5 with Wilkinson Sword.
It wasn't enough. We can go down to the tunnel now where Adam Dark Welcome back. The anguished face of Stan Collymore that tells the story of a heartbreaking night for Aston Villa. They won on the night, but it wasn't enough. We can go down to the tunnel now where Adam Dark is with the Villa manager John Gregory.
John, obviously a desperately disappointing result, but you must be immensely proud with the way your team played, particularly in the second half.
Well, we've won the game really, so I was pleased in that respect that we won the match. But we didn't, again, we didn't really get started very well tonight, and we were a long time getting into our stride. And as you know, by then they'd gone 1-0 up, and we had a mountain to climb, to be honest. But we don't mind trying to climb them, which we had to do in the second period. And we were so close. You know, you look back, and all the boys have just come in now, and they've mentioned of, oh, if only I'd have put that one in. And I mean, Yorkie's had a clear-cut opportunity right in the 6-yard box, and I think it's hit his shoulder instead of his head. Otherwise, you know, that would have gone in, and it would have been even more interesting. But delighted the way they performed. I mean, you heard the crowd. Second period, it was a fantastic night, I think, here. And unfortunately, we didn't quite do enough to get there.
Could be your hardest job picking them up from this now, John?
No, I don't think so. I think they've been fantastic, really, to be honest, and we just got to get it all in perspective. And we won the game tonight. We lost on the away goals, which is no mean feat against a team like that. And Brian, if you're looking, apologise, mate. We should have got through for you. You've done fantastic to get them to, this far in the competition. Sorry we let you down, mate, and thinking of you.
John, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
John Gregory, disappointed Villa manager tonight. Andy and Charlie still with me. Charlie, he said they had a mountain to climb. They nearly did it, didn't they?
Well, they could have did it if they got a little bit of luck. I mean, it was sheer quality in the second half. Their movement was excellent. They had the passion about them, and the pace and the tempo of the game was lifted big time. And I thought they had some sensational performers. None better than young Lee Henry. I thought was excellent. And a big hand in this goal. And you know, you just felt the build-up. Ian Taylor finally gets himself set in a position. Yorkie does very well. I think it's actually Julian, is it, that lays it back. And he gets a little deflection, but he hits the target, and it's good technique, and suddenly the pressure was on Madrid.
And then the substitutions, Andy, and Stan Collymore.
Absolutely. I mean, he gave everybody a lift as soon as he come on. You know, the crowd were delighted when he appeared, and he did play well, Stan. He did give him something else up front, and this is what Stan Collymore is all about. He's got so much power, and I mean, that is a fantastic. No goal in the world's going to get anywhere near that. That's a tremendous goal. Again, Lee Henry does well, and this is where he's so dangerous, out of his feet, and bang. And there is no one going to get anywhere near that. That is what Stan Collymore is so good at.
So Henry was involved in both those goals, and then he had a chance himself to be the hero of the night, didn't he?
Well, he does, but at the same time, the young kid, he really had a big second half. He really got about everywhere he did. He was really heavily involved. But what you've got to do is, all you can do is ask him to hit the target. What he does, he strikes it well. It's a good clean hit. The keeper's got a wonderful left hand to it. That's a strong left hand. A little bit of luck, it might have dropped either side for a Villa player, but it was a good effort from the kid, and I thought he had a sensational second half.
Do you think John's going to really have to pick up the players now after tonight's performance? They can be proud of themselves, can't they?
Oh, they did tremendous second half. They've done brilliant. As he says, I think what he'd be really pleased about is that they didn't start well, but they kept going and they turned that game round. And they so nearly went through. I don't think you'd have to pick them up at all. I think now that they've shown in recent weeks that there are a lot of quality players here. Their position is a false one. I think they'll go skating up the league.
Yeah, but it could really be a turnaround for Villa's season now, couldn't it?
I think it could be. I think that the lift that they will get. Don't forget, they did win the game, as John Gregory points out, and correctly. But, they're playing with passion. You heard the fans behind them. And it doesn't matter what your trouble you're in the Championship. That will lift you, and they will get a big lift tonight from that.
OK, gentlemen, thanks very much. Andy Townsend, Charlie Nicholas, thanks for joining us on this memorable evening. Well, you can get all the latest news on Aston Villa and every Premiership club on 5 text page 310. We return to European action on Thursday when Chelsea hope to go one stage further in the Cup Winners' Cup against Real Betis. Remember, Chelsea lead 2-1 from the first leg. But tonight we leave you with sad reflections of a sad night for Aston Villa. It's been a great European adventure, but now it's over. From all of us here, a very good night. Good night.
Football on 5 with Wilkinson Sword.